Hi. So, what is a bachelor's pass, a diploma pass, and a certificate pass? It's quite an easy concept, but just keep up. You need to present 7 subjects minimum, okay, for the grade, but you only need to pass 6 of them. So, if you go and you present 7 and you fail one of them, you will still be resulted. A certificate pass is when you get 3 subjects over 40%. One must be your home language. So if you are English home language or Afrikaans home language, you must get 40% for that. If you get 39%, you will fail. Okay, you will fail the entire grade. And then you have to get 40% for 2 other subjects. So, say, for instance, life orientation and your second language. Then you have to get 30% for 3 other subjects. And you can fail one. That is a basic pass. That is a certificate pass. In other words, you can go and you can do certificates outside of your secondary education. A diploma pass, which means that you can go study either a diploma or a certificate, because a diploma is a higher qualification than a certificate. That is where you get 4 subjects over 40%. And then lastly, you get a bachelor's pass. Now, a bachelor's pass means that you can apply to go study at a tertiary institution where they offer either a bachelor's or a diploma or a certificate. So, in other words, you qualify to apply to study at anything. Your marks determine whether or not you're going to be accepted, and whether or not you can apply. So, for example, if you want to study to be a doctor but you don't have maths and physics, then no, like you're just wasting your time. You need to have maths and physics. It's a bare minimum requirement. But then subjects like law, for example, history is a nice to have. It's a recommended. It's not a compulsory. You don't have to have it. You have to have English. You have to have, I think it's over 50% for English for things like law and psychology. But you need to look at the entrance criteria for whatever you want to study. Each university has their own preference. Like, for example, some private universities, you don't have to have maths to do a BCom because they find that the kids don't even understand the maths from a school level. So they just incorporate it into the course. So you can have either 50% for maths or 60% for maths lit in order to go and study that, because they've built the maths that you need to know into the degree because of how useless. So it's just the truth. It really is just the truth. There's no competency in the subject. I mean, as soon as they walk out. So, like, why? A bachelor's pass is when you have 4 subjects over 50%. And oh my gosh, my heart breaks because I've seen so many times where someone just misses their bachelor's pass. They get 3 subjects over 50%, and then one they get like 49% for. And I'm like, no, it's so unfair. But no,